Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to a Sunday Live for the 8th of August, 2021. My name is Daryl Ledyard, along with Stephen to my right and Simon below on the lower level today. How you guys doing?
Very well, thank you. How about you, Simon?
Yeah, I'm very well, thanks, Steve. Yeah, all good, Daryl. Daryl, you look like you did make it to the studio on time this morning.
I am on a little mini vacation. We have a house that we rent in the summer, and so we're here. I'm going to have my sister and her family coming to meet us here and having a little vacation. Of course, a working vacation because you run your own businesses, you end up doing stuff. But here we are, Sunday Live, right? And lots to talk about tonight. We have. Let's just go around the room and kind of see a little preview of what you guys plan to touch on as people start to come in to the broadcast today. So go ahead, Stephen.
Yeah, well, I know some of the things Simon's touching on, and there's one particular item that he's going to mention about, which I'm going to also chat about. And on top of that, some great updates with all the DFY themes. It's been a crazy week. It's an unbelievable week with it all.
Awesome.
So some great results from people, and that's really what I also want to share. Just let people know how things are going, and also to emphasise. I know in some channels that just let you know that we did actually announce the winners. We had 2 winners in the end of the contest that already been picked. If you hadn't received an email, it means someone else has won it. So so that happened last week. But it's been a busy week.
Sounds good. Yeah. So from my point of view, I'm going to talk, as Steve said, I'm going to talk a little bit about speed optimization and how it relates to SEO. So just going to go through a few thoughts on that, and also an example setup in relation to Magic Page plugin, which hopefully people find interesting, and obviously answer some questions afterwards. So yeah, that's what I'll cover off. And yeah, it's been a very busy week, just working on some mass page projects in the background and stuff, obviously, and related to one of the projects you're working on as well, Daryl. So yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, awesome. I'm just double checking our YouTube channel. Doesn't seem to have our video live on there right now. We had a bunch of people and it just shut down. So maybe if you guys can just double check that.
What I'm going
to talk about the teaser that I have inside of the Facebook group with that T logo. I'll tell you what that's all about. We'll talk a little bit about the Mentorprise case study that we did in the webinar. Talk a little bit about what a lot of people are saying about it. A lot of people are excited about it, so we're a bit excited about it as well. This group is growing and growing, and so it's great. And I think our tools will work a lot with that. I have an ImageFly update for you. MWB, I don't have an update on the launch date, but we're just testing some of the features that we've added. And so as soon as I have a launch date for that, we'll let you know. And maybe another few tricks and tips up our sleeves as we respond to what questions come on the show. And of course, we got the domain giveaway at the top of the hour. So we'll give away 1 of 4 domains from my domain collection. So that's kind of what we got in store for you today. And a little bit of a format change. Last week we had Stephen's group leave us at the top of the hour. We're going to have his group leave at or start his show at half past the hour. Next hour.
What we're going to do is when we finish the Sunday Live, what we're going to do is give you sort of 5-10 minutes to get a cup of tea, and there'll be a link which you can just jump into the group. By the way, welcome back to Daryl's YouTube channel. StreamYard tonight, there may be a bit of lag because I know there's been a couple of issues, and I know it dropped out briefly. So welcome back to people watching on YouTube with on Daryl's YouTube channel. And so the plan is near the end of the show, I'll put a link up that you guys can go to. It will link you straight through to Zoom, and you can come in. It's just a chat, really. It's a bit like a CAF. Talk about what you want, share experiences. It's that sort of thing. But the reason we changed the times, we had we last week was the first trial of this, and we had a few people come through and say, I wanted to stay on for the Sunday Live. I also wanted to come over to the Live for You event, and so we decided, rather than let them clash at the end, we'll wait till this ends, and then we'll give it sort of 5-10 minutes, and then initially the plan is to go. We'll be live on some of my YouTube channels for the first 10 minutes, and then that switches off off of Facebook and YouTube, and then it's Zoom only for people to talk about whatever they want. It's not recorded, so it's sort of, a bit of an open mic evening in the Live for You cafe, as I'd like to call it.
Nice. How do you like Zoom? Do you like it better than this?
Do you know, Zoom is very good. We the very first week we tried using another site, and called Whereby, and whilst Whereby is very good, some people had problems connecting on it. So I've tested Zoom throughout the week, and we can have up to 100 people in there. Obviously, we'll have to see how the cameras work on it, and I think it's 10 or 12 people live on camera, I think. But the cool thing about it, you can come in, you can listen, you don't have to have your mic and camera on. If you want to talk, you can just pop your mic on and say, hi, I'd like to say hello. And if you want your camera on, you can have your camera on. It's cool. And it's really, it's an opportunity just to hang out, really, have a chat, see how things are going.
Nice. Hey, do you guys want to take a look around here? I'll put my camera on. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Take in.
Yeah,
this is
make us jealous. Yeah.
This is the lake that we're on. Good old American flag there. And
it's actually Simon. It's actually a green screen. It looks really good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a second green screen. Yeah, I like it.
Look at how nice these trees are up here. Nice. I love this. This is a vacation for me. No Disney World up here.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
Nice
yeah,
and peaceful.
Yeah. Awesome. So why don't we get back to that? Awesome. So one thing I'm gonna do is I want to do this is to show you guys the domains, so you guys can go ahead and do your research now for the domains that we're gonna give away later. So I'm gonna flash them on the screen. Can you guys see this okay?
Yeah.
So we got 4 domains. You get to pick one if you win. workmancomplawyers.org, findcastle.com, videofuse.com was a nice brandable, and hellabuy.com would be a good e-commerce site.
It's very nice.
Yeah, so I'll just keep this on screen while George was telling me that there's a another giveaway thing that's built into StreamYard. Have you ever seen that? It's like a giveaway. It just shows all the different faces it runs through, and then all they have to do is do a hashtag, and it enters them to win. It's kind of cool.
Oh, I wasn't aware of that. We'll have to give it a try then. It's either a new feature or a feature it's had a while and we weren't aware of it.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Whatever channels you have linked up, if they've just put in whatever hashtag you register, yeah, we'll have to try it out someday. But definitely don't want to try it when I'm at my camp. So, all right. So those are the domains that we're looking to give away later on today. All right. So as tradition has it, we usually let Simon go first because he's the most prepared of the crew here. and
well ahead of us.
Let's see what he has to say, and then we will probably respond. All right.
Yeah, no, that's great. Happy to do that. And yeah, but obviously, as always, it's good to get you guys' views, and obviously everybody watching their questions and thoughts as well. So hopefully everyone can see my screen there, my presentation. So I'm really just talking about the need for speed and speed on a website, specifically in relation to SEO. So I'll just go through this. Now, this is no surprise. Everyone knows speed's important for SEO, and I think everyone pretty much knows that if you provide a good user experience, and if you're on your mobile or your desktop, if things load quickly, you're prepared to stay on the site, not bounce off, and explore if it's a good experience. And that sends positive signals to Google. Google sees that and rewards you by higher rankings. There's obviously many other things involved in SEO, but just at a very high level, speed's a positive thing and good to build into your sites. Now, speed's obviously a challenge for me, for Daryl, Steve, for everybody who's running a website, because there's a constant battle between trying to build in new features and make it look great, but it still make it fast and user friendly. So Google's tool for measuring page speed is called Google Page Speed Insights. There's a website link, and it takes feeds into Google Analytics and Google Search Console. You can also access some of the measures through Google Dev Tools through your Chrome browser. And there are various measures like first contentful paint and speed index, time to be interactive, that sort of thing. And this is really just looking at how quickly the overall page loads, how quickly the images at the top load, how quick it is for the user to be able to see something useful that they can interact with on the website. So all these things go into that, and Google takes a view on it. And if you want to, you can test out your own site, you can test out your competitors' sites using this link. So if you just Google Page Speed Insights, you can get to. You've probably done this before, so I imagine it's not new for many of you or most of you. So the question is, obviously, does this really matter? And there's a lot of people, a lot of talk about speed on SEO, and I guess it's quite easy to get hung up on it because it becomes a measure, and people start looking at it. It becomes quite sort of technical. My thought on it, and obviously Daryl and Steve will have a chat about this later on, is I don't think you have to be lightning fast, depending on your competition. I think you need to be as fast or comparable with the top ranking competitors that you're going up against. So you can do page speed insights on Amazon pages. They're not in the 90s. They're not always in the green area. Amazon obviously has great servers, but they don't always score the highest scores because they need to share product images, links, and all the rest of it, and that can slow things down. So this balance. But if you're up against somebody that's the top 5 ranking competitors are consistently getting 80s, 90s on their page speed insight scores, and you're a 20, it's probably something you're going to have to look at. I would say probably if you want your SEO to have an effect, you need to look at it. So I wouldn't look at trying to get a score of 100 out of 100. It is possible and it can be done, but it's not necessary if your competitors are slower. But more speed tends to be good, tends to be better experience. So what things can help you with speed? Well, obviously the type of website you're using. You can just build an HTML site on its own, and they can be extremely fast indeed. Most people are using WordPress, and they can certainly be optimized to be fast, and there's various plugins and things that we'll talk about in a second that can help you on that. And cloud builders, so what I mean by that is like your Wixes and your Squarespace and whatever else, they tend to be on average a bit slower than a standard WordPress. And obviously WordPress has other benefits and optimization. With a cloud builder, you're pretty much locked into what they offer, but there's a variation there. So things that can help you are, and again, many of you will know this anyway, but we can talk about some of the factors here. The hosting that you have, if you've gone for the absolute cheapest hosting, if you're using shared hosting, these things can have an effect to a degree on your speed. The code of your WordPress theme or the page builder or how the website's set up, obviously images being optimized, making sure that you're making less external calls to information outside of the site. So I use maps a lot in my site, and I'll show an example. I'll use map and a video. If you're drawing information from a third-party site, that's going to be a lag whilst they load up, particularly if you're using anything above the fold. You want to have optimal content. You want to have not too much fancy stuff, which I mean by that is animations and sliders and stuff like that. And you probably want to use a content delivery network to serve up your content. So all of these things are things that are part of the toolkit that helps you make your site go faster. So I'm working on this site at the moment, Teesside Carpet Cleaner. So this is something I've literally spent yesterday just clearing the whole thing off. I've moved on to Cadence, which you guys know I'm a big fan of Cadence, and I've just been working on trying to optimize it and work out how I get the best result from a speed point of view. And today I've had scores up into the 90s on depending on what I put on the page, and I've had scores on Page Speed Insights at sort of 35, 40. So there's a big variation based on what I'm actually putting in there. So those variations are caused primarily by images, using a here image behind the page here. So this is just a bit of a screenshot. I've just gone for a plain blue one now, but when I put a here image on there, they didn't add a great deal, to be honest. It knocked the site back down again. So if you want to have a quick look at this site, I'm hoping, let's just see if I can just have a quick look. I'm hoping this will change over when I do this. Let's see. Can you see that? Yeah, that's on the screen. So look, I've gone for a very minimal design. I'm obviously trying to get everyone to go for this get a free quote button, a call to action. I've embedded a video. I've got text. I've got various things. You look at this yourself. I've got a map. This is a magic page implementation. I've got some images. But I've tried to keep things fairly simple. And whilst there isn't much text at the top, I've used FAQ, schema FAQ to build in some content. There's actually 2,500 words on this page here. Let me just see if I can open it up. There you go. To build more content in, and there's a call to action. So as I say, earlier on I'd put a hero image in this top section, and that had changed the results. And this YouTube video, ideally I would have a plugin that would show the image rather than the actual video, and it would click through, which I need to fix. On Magic Page plugin, it's a good idea to have the dynamic map, so I'm going to keep that, and various things. So I'm going to continue to try and optimize this and work through it to get the score and the speed as fast as possible. But just to have a look at some of the things that I've put in here. So I'm hoping people can still see this. I think so. Yeah. So this is my kind of set. This is my kind of go-to setup in terms of what I like to use on a Magic Page site, and actually Cadence I use on everything. So for my more important sites, I'm using VPS hosting, which has its own CDN content delivery network built in, and that obviously helps distribute the content all over the world and hopefully serve the data faster to you where you are, depending where you are in which location. I like Gutenberg because it's the WordPress page builder, and I think that means less code and extra things to add on if compared to using a third party. I like Cadence, which is a fast theme and uses also Gutenberg blocks, as we know. And there's a few other things that I put in here as well. NitroPack is a speed optimization plugin. I've had some great results with it. I've seen some big changes. It's a little bit like WP Rocket. You can configure different settings, and there's also a CDN to content delivery network to serve the images. It's free up to a certain number of page views a month, so I think it's a great thing to look at. And a couple of things I have on there is Smart Pixel, which is image optimization. I've obviously got Magic Page plugin. The site currently has the dynamic pages, but when I've finished it and I'm happy with the content, I'll just export them to static pages, which I think will have the effect of speeding things up as well. The only fancy thing I've got on the site is an exit pop-up, which I put there really to maximize conversion. So that's as an exit pop-up, that is something hopefully is going to load later on. They're not going to exit straight away, so that's there as well. So that's my page. Obviously, it's work in progress. I just wanted to sort of share some of the thoughts of some of the things that I'm using to try and make it fast and more efficient. And I say it's got 2,500 words of content, so I'm hoping it's going to be something that's going to obviously rank. There's a bit more work for me to do on optimizing the on-page stuff, but that's the next thing I'll do. But it's now all on Cadence, etc. So if you want to any links and stuff, we'll have a bit of a chat about Q&A now. But if you want links to the tools mentioned in this, you can do this link /tools. If you want the slides for my entire archive, and if you want to have a call, that's the link there as well. So that is my slides on speed. I'll try and come out of this now. So look, that's my normal kind of slide-based race through. Hopefully you guys didn't catch you unawares or asleep coming out of that. What's your experience of speed? That's my kind of setup and approach. I don't know if you've got any perspectives on that. Or
the most important thing to remember, right, when it comes to speeding up your site, your images is a major player, right? So what you want to be doing is when you use like the Google site speed, make sure that you look down. If it says images are large, there's short pixel. There's a number of products out there, and do you mention those in your link on your tools as well?
It's in the tools, and there's a little write-up of the tools that.
What's that link
that
again,
well.
Simon? Just in case anyone's missed it.
simonhogben.com/tools. You can see all my recommended tools in there. I'll put it in the chat. Yeah.
And so the thing to remember is you need to shrink down your image size without damaging it. Now, if you've got Daryl's form, you simply throw the images in there, and then you can export them and re-import them back into your media library, and that'll resize them as well. So you've got a few options there. Focus on your images first. The other things as well, we've done for you themes that we're doing. We initially built them in Elementor, and I've always been a big fan of Elementor. They've lately done a few updates, and these updates have done two things. One, they've broken the sites that we've had to fix. Number two, the other big update is, as I've noticed, speed of sites has gone down, not up. So the only way you can speed up your site is to use something like NitroPack that Simon recommended. Some hosts block NitroPack. I've had one host where you have to contact them, and there's a lot of palaver messing around to get NitroPack to work with your host, so then your speed comes back up. All right, and so that's a bit of a fiddle. But if you use Cadence themes and Gutenberg, which is what we've done now with the DFY Magic themes, we're getting them all converted. First one's already done, and the other one's going live in the members group tomorrow. With those, right, they are already set up to be in Cadence theme and Gutenberg. We found doing a test of the same site, one in Elementor and one in Gutenberg, we found we were getting about 45 on the page speed for mobile. With the new version, we're getting 60 on the page speed for mobile and 98 on desktop. And that's because we haven't optimized the images. If we optimize the images on all the sites, it means then that'll come up even higher. So it goes to show Gutenberg, in my opinion, is far better. It's a little bit of a learning curve. You use Cadence theme with it, which is free, and Cadence blocks, which is free. You don't have to have the pro version. Those there are awesome to speed your site up. And
can I just say just something else as well there, Steve, which I found is NitroPack can break sites. Yeah, so WP Rocket or anything that's going to minify, change CSS, crunch things down can have an effect of breaking a site. So you've got to be careful. And NitroPack has a various number of settings, including one called Ludicrous, where it basically maxes everything out, 11 out of 10 on the chart, and does it. Now, I found that when I tried that with Elementor, it would start to break things. I'd have to dial the settings down, and things would happen, and all this, and it got a little bit funky. Whereas on Cadence, I put it up to Ludicrous, and as far as I can tell, on the sites I'm working on, I can't see anything breaking. So I think probably because, again, it's simpler, it's part of WordPress, there's less to go wrong. So it's another benefit of you just got to be careful on, if you put in WP Rocket or NitroPack or something like that and it breaks, then it can take time to actually diagnose what the problem is.
Yeah, and the thing with all of this is, I found we've gone from our first build of our themes in Elementor, the 5 of them, having about 6 or 7 plugins, right? The new version has 3, and that's not counting a security plugin, which I'm going to add as well. So 4 with a security plugin, 8 on the Elementor version. And the less plugins you got, the faster the site will run again. So you put Cadence theme on, that's a theme. So that's been optimized already. You then move on to adding Cadence blocks, and then you add a security plugin and a Magic Page plugin. And those things there, I found straight away doing a like-on-like design that you can get faster speeds with Cadence and Gutenberg than you can when you're using Elementor. And the only real difference I've noticed is how the layout is set up. You get a menu on the left-hand side for Elementor for picking stuff, and a menu on the right-hand side. And it's very, very similar in many ways. Lots of great videos out there on it, and I'm switching everything I do to Cadence at Gutenberg blocks, because I know also that the way things are going, there's rumors in the pipeline for Elementor to have their own platform in the near future, because I think Elementor's got a little bit big for its boots, in my opinion, and where before you could get an unlimited license for a good price, or even multi-site license for a good price, it's now getting very expensive to have a pro version of Elementor. Compared to Cadence, it's still, I think, Simon, it's still lifetime, isn't it, Cadence, at the moment?
Yeah, they had a sale on recently, but they still have something like a $600 lifetime license for unlimited sites, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really good. On what's happening. So I'm gonna have to switch headsets. For some reason, my headset's bleeping. So do you want to talk? You two guys want to talk for a second?
Sure,
I
yeah.
switch over.
Yeah, sure. Any thoughts from you, Daryl, on the
Yeah.
need for speed?
Well, I've had mixed success with NitroPack, similar to any kind of, it's sometimes caching, even like server side caching, which is great, like Lightspeed cache, which my service uses Lightspeed. It kind of cause some headaches when you're in the development process. Okay, once your site is in production, and things are kind of stable and everything. Yeah, that's fine. But sometimes when you're working with page builders and things like that, you have to be really careful with the caching, showing you something that really isn't there. Sometimes it shows you your site's up when it's not. So there's a lot of things to consider when you're dealing with that level of caching. The other thing is that don't get lost in the numbers alone. I've spent a lot of time chasing after what is the perfect caching program, and I don't. I've tried both. I've tried going after the best numbers, but then I've also tried different things. And when I log it, I keep track of it and see if there's an SEO impact. And that's the thing I'm most curious about, because I've used like Joom Unlimited has one called it's like Lightspeed or something like that. There's one called Hummingbird from another one.
Yeah,
There's
Hummingbird, Lightspeed.
there's a whole lot of different ones. And it's funny when you put these things on and you let them sit for 2 months and you watch your Google rankings, right? You can actually see like a little bump or a dip when you change these types of things. And so if you're playing the long game and you're watching these kinds of analytics, you can have all the same on page and off page, but you just change one of these plugins and you can actually see a difference in your rankings. And so to me, I would much rather have a really upward trend with the number of keywords and things like that I'm ranking for than just having a number in Google PageSpeed Insights. So I'm always like tracking for that, because I think that sometimes these stacks of plugins, you can go a little obsessive and trying to go after a number versus really what is a trend, where you're starting to rank better over time.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a means to an end, and the end is good page experience. And if people like the site and it's fast and they move around, they'll stay on it more, and that's going to be the best signal for Google, is that people are using it and liking the site. So yeah, it's not the number in itself, and it's definitely a balance, because you can spend all your time on it and then not spend the time on the content or the links or anything else, and that's not going to, speed's not going to get you there. But I think it's an important component, particularly on mobile usage, just to make sure you keep people on your site. I think that's probably its biggest benefit.
I don't know if you guys have messed with Critical CSS before, but some of the programs that I use creates the Critical CSS and puts it into the code, which is supposed to make it really fast. However, if you go to the page in incognito or whatever, it loads a little bit funky because it loads things asynchronously. And it just, the way it loads is very just clumsy. And I want it to be snappy, and I want it to be what the user expects when they go to a page. I want like things loading and weird, and then the thing just starts taking shape in front of you. I just kind of want the whole page to load, So you have to weigh all this stuff and say user experience above everything else, and of course rankings. I want to make sure that I'm getting rankings, not something that just shows a fast number on Pingdom. I want something that is going to be snappy for the user, not be awkward, and get good rankings. Sorry to break that. Yeah.
No, that's good. Well, I was saying another thing on the number as well. Obviously, you mentioned Pingdom. I used to be a big fan of GT metrics, and that's for a long time being kind of industry standard. Everyone would go to GT metrics and get the score. And they've introduced some of the Lighthouse measures that are also part of Google's Page Insights. So they're trying to reflect that as well. Although GT Metrics is always much easier now to score a good, you can get an A, 100 score on GT Metrics, and then you can put it on Page Speed Insights and get 40 out of 100. So I think probably to put it to the test, you're better off just doing Google Page Speed Insights, because obviously that's what Google looks at, because it's its own tool, so it's much harsher. So don't use another tool like GT Metrics and think you've done, you're all the way there. So it's not a number, but Page Speed Insights is probably the place to start and finish.
I find as well that if you are doing Page Speed Insights, well, you want to be looking. I found that if you get Amber or better, excuse me, I've got to dump a cool a minute. That's bad, isn't it? If you got Amber or better, then normally you'll find that you're in a situation that you can actually beat almost anyone at what you're doing, and good content as well. That's the key for this as well, is having good content always. If someone comes to your site and they're on there for 2 seconds and they're gone, all right, then you're probably going to go down the rankings, even if you've got the best keywords in the world, rather than going up in the world. And simple things, like building out your network as well, to having PBNs and things like that. I know in a little while, I assume, Daryl, you'll talk about Menterprise and how because I know that's a really, really amazing product. Also, I've started. Just wanted to mention one other thing for some people. If you're in the situation where you're Menterprise for that, it's an amazing product. But it's also Yive sites have an offer. You can very quickly build blog sites out using your own domain names, and you can off the back of that.
We've got a few audio problems on you, Steve. Just so you're aware. I think we're hearing.
I thought it was on my end.
No,
and
Don's seeing it as well. Try it now. But I think you were talking about PBNs. You were talking about using Yive sites, which do have a lifetime deal, and I've actually bought into that recently. So that's out there. So go on. But we'll let you know if it shakes up again. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Good. I know my audio's playing up a little bit tonight. We're having a few minor issues with StreamYard, and but I was talking about Yive sites, and for the next half an hour, because it's 11 p.m. GMT. Let me share my screen, because I just want to share this with people, and I should just show you what they're doing at the moment. And if you want a link, you can go to leadgenmagic.com/Yive, and down here at the moment, unlimited websites for 197. And what this does for you is you can build out blog sites very quickly. There's a lot more work involved, I'd say, than Menterprise, because Menterprise builds thousands and thousands of pages for you, and I'll let Daryl explain more in a moment. With this, it's an unlimited website, and they supply the hosting. It's not WordPress, all right? So you can't build mass pages using this in any way, shape, or form. This is literally, if you got like 10 or 20 spare domain names knocking around doing nothing, you could use this product to automatically build you a blog and chuck that at it. And I'm planning on using this myself to build out some single niche PBNs, which will link back to my money sites. And then I'm going to drive all my what I call my trash content. So if anything, any sort of backlinks from that I want to drive via other products, I'll throw at these domain names, because I'm not scared of damaging these. It's sort of a hop from one to the other. But I've always said that, that there are various products out there that are available, and I went for the deal myself. I'll pop the link in the chat for those that if it'll let me. And it's certainly a really a good offer at the moment. Like I said, it's only for half an hour, because they end it tonight. The deal. So,
yeah, you're cutting out a little bit there, Steve. I think people have got the that, and they've got the links as well. Dave's asking there on the Yive sites. So I've also bought it as well. So it sounds like you and I are in the same place. I just thought it was for 197. It's just a nice sort of thing. Yeah, for PBMs, auto blogging. They have 20 different IP or 20 different servers. So you get different IP for up to 20 sites. I mean, you obviously duplicate them out, but there is a little bit of diversity there as well, which is quite nice. And on Dave's question, are there any upsells? I've not seen any at all. So that the there are other products, like Yive Ranker and Yive Video or something, but it's not required. You can just use this. So I thought it looked pretty good, worth checking out if the LTD ends tonight.
Next half an hour only, I'm going to fix my mic and let Daryl talk about his bits and pieces.
Sure. Yeah. Can you guys hear me okay?
I can hear you okay, yeah.
Okay. All right, great. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add my screen, and then can you magnify it? Because I'm going to go into my slides, and then if you could magnify my screen, so I can't really do that right now. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yep, can see it. All this full screen looks good. Yeah.
Okay, so basically, just put these things down because a couple links I want to show you. ImageFly we've been working on. That's imagefly.com. It's going to be similar to siphonai.com. We can buy it as a standalone, but you'll be able to have it included as your enterprise feature in Mass Page Tools. So it'll just come with it. Some of the new features is instead of having like in the form, you can only update like 20 at a time. You'll be able to upload many more, say like 500 images, and they can be large images, and it'll have a queuing process where it'll upload all of your images. So it might take, a couple minutes to upload your images, and then it'll go ahead and process it just like we do with the form with the GMB information, the nearby cities, the keywords, all of that stuff. So that's going to be like a bulk version of what we have in the form, which this is going to actually help with Menterprise quite a bit, because you need to have a lot of images to do that. But even, some of the other products that we have, having images, a lot of images could allow you to, have more variety on your pages. So we want to definitely have that. And after that, we'll launch the part where we're adding text on the images, but it's going to be more complicated. So the way I want to do it is going to take a little bit of testing and that kind of thing. The other thing is we want to eliminate the DCMA problem where people could upload something that doesn't belong to them, and then we have to like kill it on our server. And I don't want to be responsible for there's copyrighted images out there. And so we're going to offer to do is you could have a domain set up on regular hosting with WebHost Python. We're doing a special setup that we can have you host them on there, any domain you want, and you just pay for the amount of space that you need. So they're going to have a good deal for us for like 80 gigabytes of storage space, and it'll be pretty inexpensive. You'll have your own IP address, and you'll have your basically media server, and the stuff that you feed in from ImageFly will connect directly to that, and then you'll have your images served from your own IP and your own domain. So that's gonna be good. We're also gonna try to have like Amazon S3 and Cloudinary and a few other image APIs for connecting it to other storage things like Dropbox and stuff like that, if we can do that. Some of these storage things you have to be careful because they don't allow a lot of traffic. So if you're doing a site with a lot of traffic, it could be a problem. Okay. The other thing is next week we're gonna have a special guest on the program. His name is Drew. He made a program called QA Grabber, and his website is kingmaker.software. A lot of folks in our Menterprise program did check this out. Go to kingmaker.software. We secured a discount for our mass page users because I like the product so much I use it. It'll do schema. They have another program called Question Forge Pro. And they have another one called Vid Tagger or something like that, where it takes the tags from videos. So next week when we have them on the program, we're going to have a bundle where you can get all of them together. So if you want to wait, go ahead. But if you're just going to go grab the most popular part of this, which is the QA Grabber, there's a lifetime deal on it, and you'd get 30% off with the code MassPage. So looking forward to having Drew on here next week, if all things go right. Inside the website Facebook, we have this big T, and we said something big is coming. Well, the T equals traffic, and we purposely misspelled traffic. So it's a brandable domain that I have, traffic.com. And we're building this out to be a community that reaches a little bit beyond just the Mass Page Tools Facebook group. I would like it to be about generating traffic online. That could be SEO, that could be lead generation, that could be Mass Page, basically, good techniques that draw in traffic and conversions on your website. So it'll be a community on Discord. We're hoping to launch this maybe this week. It's already set up. Just having my 14-year-old son set up a few more rooms for me, and he might be a moderator for a little while. We get this going. So it'll be a lot of fun. If you've ever used Discord, great. If not, get a Discord account, and we'll send out the invite link probably later on this week to Traffic on the Discord server, which is just a community. It won't cost you anything to join. To have discussions on there. It's a little bit like Skype, also like a Facebook group, and kind of like a Zoom thing. So you can have some decent conference calls and things like that on there. So I think you're really going to like it. We'll be able to store images and our files and things like that we're promoting, our slides that Simon's doing and all that stuff, all on here. So you can always easily find what you're looking for. Lifetime deal from Mass Page Tools ends tonight. Just go to mass.page/invited. If you have any questions, you can go to my chat, which is daryl.chat, daryl.chat, and that'll ring right to our devices, and myself or my staff will answer it, and we'll start a conversation. Usually when you go there the first time, there's a form you fill out. Fill it all the way out, because what that does is next time you come, it tells us who you are. And when we talk to you, we add like what your membership level is and all that stuff. So we know how to handle your request. All right. And let's see. So I think the other thing is Mentorprise. If you could bring my screen back to, there we go. Mentorprise has a special running that ends tonight as well. If you go to our YouTube channel, if you have not seen the comparison where we beat Neil Patel, Moz, Amazon, Google with our rankings with Mentorprise, definitely check that out.
Daryl, just for everyone's benefit, I mean, I know Enterprise and I've bought into it, so that's great. But just for everyone's benefit, could you just give us a couple of sentences, high level, on what Enterprise actually is, just to make sure everyone's got it? Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So it started off as a product that that grabs content from high-ranking pages, and it puts it into different spin tags. You can grab it from different languages, and it's sort of like this HTML image or engine that puts everything into HTML to be used. You can just export the HTML, stick it into your WordPress or whatever. So it's sort of like a very interesting tool. I've never seen anything quite like it, the way it does that. But they also have a program called publishing.mentorprise.com or IO, and that's the one I've been working with in this case study. Somebody asked if the case study is continuing. Yes, what we've done is we've taken that account because we've exposed it to the internet, and we're doing more testing with it. So as long as there's still ranking, we'll keep testing stuff and seeing how they're going to go. And if they don't, I'll just move them to another domain. So, but yeah, and so the way that
can I just say, so Daryl, just the thing I've been most impressed by is this platform, Enterprise Publishing, allows you to publish 10,000 pages within a keystroke. You load up the variables, they get the content from Enterprise Content, and literally you can deploy 5,000, 10,000. There's people on this platform that have tens of millions of pages. So it's just to kind of bring over the fact that the scalability of this is like a very interesting thing. So just
yeah. I mean, it's a numbers game. So like the way this works is you can literally have billions and billions of combinations per page, and So when you build out a campaign of, let's say 20,000, each page is pretty unique. When you load up, 300-400 pictures, of course, you're going to have duplication of images and things like that. But we show you how you can do it pretty effectively. We're learning too, because we just did this as a case study just to try it out for literally the time that it took me to build out basically about 90,000 pages are existing and about 90,000 to come. It went from like basically Friday to figure out the code, Friday, Saturday. Then I just built pages from Sunday to Tuesday, and then I just let it go. And from that, we got about $1,900 in recurring affiliate revenue. So it was a win for us to do that. So I'm just trying to show other people how I did that. They can try it in different ways and get other results. But the technology is just unbelievable, the way that it allows you to make changes, and it's dynamic, but it's also you could do 10 million pages, you could do 100 million pages on this platform plus, and imagine if you had 100 million pages and you get one view per year. That's 100 million views. That's a pretty successful website. Whereas, with like say AdWords and Google Ads, the prices on Facebook ads and Google Ads just keep going up. So it's kind of hard to compete organically. And this is just a way, if you take a look at the rankings, it shows a lot of promise, I guess. And if you, look at the authority that you start to get over time, it's just going to get better and better as far as I'm concerned. You're building lots of pages, that Google likes. So Colin said, "Can we add that link?" I think it's above, but if we could add that link one more time, here we go.
I'll show, I'll show you on here as well, because the reason being is sometimes Facebook blocks links and what have you. So if you go to leadgenmagic.com/yive, it's literally for the next 15 minutes. I think they said it was midnight GMT. So. And I always get the times wrong, Daryl, when we're doing these things. So it's right now, right, coming at midnight GMT, I think it's about 11 p.m. British Standard Time. So that's why I'm saying 15 minutes to head over there, leadgenmagic.com/yive, and you can head over and have a look. It certainly doesn't do what Menterprise does. I think I'm going to say a bit about Menterprise on the point of view that I think what's been said doesn't do it justice, right? And what I mean by that is, imagine being able to create a site and put a link on it multiple times and send that out loads of times, and you end up with one person clicking on that link and buying something from you. I think that's super exciting. That's a very simple way of putting it, but once again, it all comes down to what you guys can afford. Don't overspend on what you can afford. Build a business up gradually, and if you can afford to go for bigger products, even Yive, right? Yive is a couple hundred, just below a couple $100 for lifetime. If you can't afford it, don't buy it, because there will be other featured deals out with all these products in the at some point. You might miss an unlimited deal. There might be like another deal where there's like 250 sites. And it's the same with any products that we recommend, that only live by your means. If you can afford to get it while you can, because the current deals are normally the best deal you can get, to be honest. And there's and Menterprise can really boost your income on the point of view of doing. Was it 1 million pages you can hit out there very quickly, Daryl?
Yeah, I mean, you could probably do 20,000 per campaign pretty easily. And then, you can rinse and repeat in just seconds. So like literally you can just clone that campaign and then run it again. And the thing is because there's so many possibilities inside the campaign, that they're different pages, different pictures, different headlines and everything like that. And we give you the code, we get you in our mastermind. We've already had a training that was like 2 hours yesterday, and we also have a couple welcome rooms where we talk about what what we're working on and things like that. So it's a thriving community. So if you're interested, just go to go.ht/ment,
It's
go.ht/ment,
not that one.
MENT.
MENT. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And you can purchase it that way through the link, and you get that special that Paul gave us, which is you basically the modules for the 295 plan for I think it was 147 or something. I'm not sure. I'm speaking out of turn. Yeah, that go.ht/ment. Just go check it out.
Yeah.
And we'll
Simon,
Sure.
you're
Yes.
Daryl's got a lot of experience with Menterprise, and you're new to this. How are you finding it as a newbie to Menterprise on if someone new came in? Because it's as you can understand, there's a lot of products out there that could be overwhelming, right? And so I always say, KISS, keep it super simple. On everything we do, keep it super simple. So how are you finding this? Do you think the training is easy enough for even a newbie to follow and get the head around it?
Yeah, I mean, I've had some obviously discussed it with Daryl, and Daryl's running a coaching group now. So obviously, as I said, a couple hours later yesterday, and I was also speaking to another member of the community, Christy, who's been working on her own Menterprise site. She's sort of 2 or 3 months into it and is having some great results already. So I've had a chat with her. I think there are some but basic things you need to be able to do. You need to be able to work around some software and configure things. There is a flow of things that you need to do to build up the different modules and get the content. But the actual content creation is one of the two amazing things. It's just the speed that you can actually put it together. So once you've actually set up the the video module and the headings and the content and the links. Once that's in place, you just press a button and it will come up with 5 articles spun, 10 articles spun, 20, 30, and it scrapes the top 10, 20, 30 best ranking pages for your keyword. So all of that is a massive amount. I mean, that would take a long time. I mean, I use AI writing tools, Jarvis or whatever, but this is a next level. This is an enterprise level, military grade kind of server stuff. This will take all those pages, and then that's the one amazing bit. And then the next amazing bit is the publishing bit. Is once you've got your subdomains and your domains all set up, you can say, right, I'm going to take all that content, I'm going to send out 10,000 pages. Each page is unique, and it sends it out all over. So that there is a bit of setup, and that's obviously why Daryl's offering the extra mastermind group and the Discord community, and that's these are things that are going to be built up. But I don't think it's I don't think it's like beginner, you've never done anything on the web. I would have thought if you were building your own WordPress websites and you've got that kind of you can work yourself around software, it's totally accessible. I mean, you're not coding, you're configuring, and I'm not a techie, which is probably obvious. I'm not I come from a different marketing angle, and I'm not a coder or anything like that, and it's suitable for that. So hopefully that answers your question, but that's my experience of it so far. But I'm new into this, so I'm 2 weeks into this, so I'm kind of eyes open learning how it works. But it's amazing what it can do at scale, so it's pretty interesting.
So Daryl, with this, if they go to go.ht/ment and they go for your link, you said there's a Discord group you're setting up. So would that help people if someone comes in who has never used this in their life, who might think that they're going to be overwhelmed by all this technology? So there's a lot of technology in it. Are you gonna be able to hold their hands and go, hey, do this, and off you go? Is that sort of the
it's incredible. It's incredible the support that Paul and the crew at Menterprise are doing for each and every person that signs up through us. They actually do one-on-one calls with them and walk them through and answer their questions one-on-one. He likes to have that personal contact. You don't get that with our software. So he definitely puts in the effort to get you up and trained. We're recording everything, like all of our trainings, all of our webinars, all that stuff, and it's all accessible. So you can watch it again and again and again, so you can learn how to do everything. So we're going to cut it up into bite-sized training pieces to help people out. It's just part of the people that buy under my affiliate offer or whatever, just go.ht/ment. I don't make a lot per person really. It's just I want to support this software, and I believe in it, and I believe that people could do very, very well with it in a very passive way once they build out these pages. So
I think that's super exciting, because there's not, like I'm doing with DFY Magic Themes, we're holding people by the hand from start to finish with DFY Magic Themes, and we've had some great results in the first week. People have got their domain name done, their hosting, their first site all set up and done. And so I think this is fantastic. You're offering a group as well, Daryl, that people can come in, they can use this advanced product to build out all the links they need, get the traffic they need in. And then also, if they're stuck, they've got you to turn to in a group where they go, help, I don't know what I'm doing, or look at your training.
Lost audio there, Daryl.
I muted myself.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it takes a certain type of developer and company like yourself, Stephen, that like looks after people. And Paul from Enterprise is one of those people. I know you are. I know with Simon with his training, and he's definitely doing that. But that's why we quality people kind of hang together as best they can, and not. Not to knock other people, but there's some people that just want to make money and go on to the next software and make money, and go on to the next software and make money. They don't really care about people like some of these people we just mentioned here. So I think that's the difference maker. And I would stick with Paul, even if he raised his prices. I would stick with him and try to make it all work, because I do like him personally. And I don't, I definitely.
He's a good guy. Yeah.
And I think
I'm just saying, we've got a couple of questions coming. I just want to make sure we've got a couple of questions here, and I thought there's one here that's probably good just for you to pick up on there. Just asking about the case study, and what your approach is on the commissions that you've made. You mentioned that 1900s. Just if you could cover that, Daryl.
Okay, for the case study, you've already stated and made an affiliate commission. Are you just targeting the sales page for the affiliate product as the money site? So the way it kind of broke down for me is a combination of banner ads, pop-ups, links in the page going to the affiliate offers. And then I did the same thing to a funnel or two that were kind of high ticket. So there was annual recurring. And so with a combination of that method, we did from banner ads. I don't have the exact number, but I would say about $600-700 from just banner ads and click-throughs. And that's per month recurring in commission. And then we did about 900 with the 3 sales that we had with the funnel. Those were about $300 a piece. So, and then we had a few miscellaneous ones that we were just messing around with. But yeah, I mean, the content is nice because it's targeted. They're going there because the search got them there. And so, it's not like they just got served some kind of ad they didn't ask for,
Thanks, Daryl. Just thought it was useful to bring that one in. There's actually a Yive question, but I think we may also be able to mention Menterprise as well. So, what Yive sites are good for? Mostly PBNs. I mean, I'm just bought into this, so I'm looking at it from my point of view. But it does have 20 different IP addresses, so I think you could use it for PBNs. I think a lot of people will be using it as PBNs. You could use them as auto blogging sites, product sites. You can put news feeds through it. You could have some of the sites as, in quotes, money sites, and some as PBNs if you want to. I think what I would use them, I'm going to attach real domains to them, and I'll probably have it as like a tier 1 link building, so put some niche content on there and just have it as a backlink. And I'd probably use some web 2s, buffer sites outside of that to tier into it. That's what I would use it for, rather than sending the spam links directly to those Yive sites PBNs. But I'm sure on those IP addresses there's probably quite a lot of spam PBNs. So any thoughts on that, Steve?
Yeah, I agree. And the other thing as well with it that I think is super exciting is it has a feature that you can easy adverts on them of your own. So you create a niche PBN. Let's say it's a plumber's niche PBN. You set that all up and you go, great, that's all set up and done. Now what next thing I'm going to do is add adverts that link back to your money sites in whatever way. ClickBank products if you want. There's a bunch of ideas you can do with it. You know, it's such good value there for lifetime unlimited deal. And I know the guy Marcus, who runs all these products, looks after them as well. So, you know, and you could build this, set this up, and then chuck enterprise links at one of these, and boost it even more. So, you know, and the cool thing about these Yive sites is you don't have to worry about things getting damaged, because you can just get any expired domain name, throw it at it, get blogs being generated automatically, then chuck all these links from enterprise, and boom, you've got such a powerful marketing platform there.
Yeah, you can use Menterprise as a PBN. It's probably, I mean, the stuff's ranking on its own so well that it's probably just best as the Menterprise as the money site, and where you have your affiliate links sending out. But people are using them to power up other sites. So you could get Menterprise to send into Yive or your own site, or you could send Yive to Menterprise as well. I guess there's lots of things you can do with it.
Yeah, we also teach you in the training different ways that we have tried it, that we suggest doing it a certain way. So if you join, you get under my training. I'll guide you with some of the things that we did, because we did everything wrong at first. Back when I started this, I started this over a year ago with them. And I tried a few different things and it didn't work. And I tried this and that kind of worked a little bit better, but not great. And so finally, I just went back to the drawing board at the end of May of this year, and that's where we did the case study. And so that's how we got that going.
Just George has said something rude about my hair. I'll try and comb it over a little bit better next time. But thanks for noticing.
Yeah.
And just a final Yive question there as well. So, on the setup, you've got 20 different Yive servers with their own individual IP, and that's fixed. So you can't choose them or add them on. So you'll be in the same boat as everybody else, and there might be a very large pool of, could be potentially spam sites on those IPs. So that's, I guess, use at your own risk. But you don't get to choose the IPs, or you can choose out of the 20, and you can have all of your niche sites on server 1, and you can have something else on server 2, a PBN server 3. You can do that. It's 20 to play with, but you can have loads of sites on one server if you choose to. Yeah. Sorry.
I'm just wondering on that as well, Simon, if you could use a CDN service, like, is it Cloudflare? I wonder if you could use Cloudflare to you set your domain name up with initially with Yive sites, and then you switch it over to Cloudflare, which will hide those IP addresses for you.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, I think you could put Cloudflare in front of it. Yeah, yeah. I think Google's still probably going to work out where it's coming from, but yeah, you could maybe hide it a bit. Okay, sorry, Daryl.
Steve, a quick question from Lily here about when the doors are going to open for DFY.
So currently, I had a notification from Robert a moment ago saying that, and this is super cool, 85% people in our group who got in on the founders deal have taken action. So we've got a small percentage that are still maybe a little bit behind for family life or whatever, life gets in the way. So some reason they're a little bit behind, they haven't done it yet, but 85% is amazing on getting to the point where they got the site set up. We're going to reopen it in September. And so we're going to be running some deals, and I'm going to talk to Daryl as well about emailing out, and also Simon, they can send out to people a deal that's coming up. Currently, if you go to dfymagicthemes.com, it's $2,995 to get in. And I'll say at the moment, hold fire, because we are going to do a special in September for the official launch. So that's the best time really to be looking out on that. But we've had some great results from people. Seriously, it's been super exciting, and to see people. I had one person I had a couple of comments, but one of the comments that came in the group, which was awesome, was I've owned Magic Page plugin for a number of months now, and it's my first site I've managed to get up and running and set with all the content on. and my confidence has gone from 0 to 100 in a week. So I think that's lovely comments we're getting in the group, and
That's great.
Yeah, it's
just
great. Yeah.
awesome people. And I support everyone. So does Robert. We're there to support you guys. It's what it's about. So yeah.
Awesome. So great. So could somebody go to wheelofnames.com and put that in the screen? I'm going to ask you guys to do it because I'm using just a monitor here for the laptop and I don't have my extra
Do you want me to
screen.
do it, Simon, or
You do it. Yeah, I'm only on one screen here, so you'll have your
Right.
triple screen set up
Yeah.
there. I'm sure it'll be much better. Yeah.
Let me just get this set up.
Wheelofnames.com. So go ahead, folks. If you want to get the access to one of these domains, I'll go ahead and flash it on the screen here, and we'll get rid of the where does that go? There we go. Thank you. Workmancomplawyers.org. That actually has some backlinks to it. Findcastle.com, videofuse.com, and hellabuy.com. One of these are going to go to somebody in a win a domain capacity tonight. Just go ahead and put your name inside of the chat, and Steve will go ahead and put it in to the Great Wheel of Names. Okay, so you can go ahead and check the value on these if you want. You can go check the backlinks, all that good stuff.
I think Video Fuse is my favorite there. That is really brandable, isn't it? I mean, that could be somebody's next AppSumo product launch there. It's a great name. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you wanted to have a directory of all the castles in Scotland.
Yeah, could do that. Yeah, find castle. That's it. Yeah. No, some good ones.
How about for like a wedding? Other castles for weddings.
Yeah, castle venues. Yeah, I guess it's a nice sort of subset of general wedding venues. Yeah, people like the fairy tale castle. Yeah,
that could be a good one for that one.
Yeah.
So make sure you put your name in if you want to grab one of these, and even if you don't, put your name in anyway because you could give it to somebody else that wants it. So the names are coming in: Dave Stowers, Paul P, Gaynor Green, David Tellock, Don, George, Matthew Reed, Colin K. Let's see, Tim Judge he's here, but I'm not sure if he's trying to get one of these domains or not. He says spin, but
he just wants it to spin. Yeah, he wants to get it going. Yeah,
Loch Ness Castle is awesome. So maybe Don will win the castle one. Good. Some names coming in.
Yep.
So I'll go ahead and I'll take this off the screen. We'll add the. Whoop! I try to remove this. This. There we go. Yeah, hide that. It's hard with one screen. I'm used to having three on. It gets hard to just use one.
So I'm not missing anyone at the minute. I've got Tim, Colin, Don, Dave, Gaynor, Dave T, so Dave S and Dave T, George, Matthew.
Not yet, Tim. We'll do the number picker some other time. We got to test it first.
Yeah.
You got Paul P in there. Is he there?
Yeah.
Paul P?
I think I see Alan. Let me have a look. No,
he's not there. Paul P.
Oh, Erdal, Erdal.
Mm-hmm.
Let's add him in there. I would throw Tim Judge in there, just because I want him to.
Tim's at the top.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Gotcha. Good. Hey
Dave
guys,
Stowers.
while we're watching this, please like, subscribe, and all that. Here we spun it. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
I didn't mean it. I clicked on the screen by mistake. Here we go.
It's all right.
Is it Erdal? Erdal,
yeah.
Congratulations. Hey.
Well done. Yeah.
All right, Erdal. I'm going to go flash on the screen the domains that are up for grabs today. One is a lawyer site. One is a directory for castles, possibly. One's some kind of video product or service. And then one e-commerce, I would say, Hellabuy. We have a potato chip dip called Hell of a Good Dip. Have you guys ever heard of that?
No.
Yeah, hell of a good they call it over here in the States. So Hellabuy. So yeah, let's see what you pick. Erdal, which one do you want? The Workman Comps. I actually bought that to be a PBN. I don't usually buy .orgs, but I bought it. for
I
that.
think that's Erdl there saying video views. Erdl's not our anonymous Facebook user, but it looks like that's probably from him.
Yeah, the original was from anonymous Facebook user. So
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead and reach out to me. You got video views. Enjoy. We'll get you hooked up. Just go ahead and message me on Facebook or Daryl.chat, and we'll get that taken care of for you. It usually just takes a couple days to transfer. There might be a transfer fee for you depending on which registrar. These are on GoDaddy, so if you're on GoDaddy, I don't think there's a charge to transfer them in. So,
Daryl, just a question. My avatar's not on that domain page when you put it up there. Does that mean that I can enter the competition? Because I won one a while back. I'm just wondering if I'm not on the list for some reason. Does that mean I'm open to enter myself? See what's going on here. There's two bald guys there and a younger looking guy with hair. You got to put him in there. George would like to see that. I think.
I'll make you the D up here. We'll put your name inside the D, sticking out. Yeah, no, that was not a slight on you at all. That's
I'm just kidding.
That's an old slide, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
You should see the thumbnail I put up today and see if you can spot the extra Steve on the thumbnail.
Oh yeah,
I did it as a little sneaky thing just to see if anyone noticed. Yeah, on the Facebook group and YouTube channels, you'll see an extra thumbnail there. So heroism, I love it, Don.
So
that's brilliant.
Getting ready to open up the guest line. We can take a few questions if you would like. Hold on just a minute. You know what the URL is usually. I'm just going to go ahead and put it in. I forgot to do this earlier, and I usually don't do this until midway through the show because I don't want you guys jumping in until we're ready for you. So it is active now. Just go to go.ht/guest. That's go.ht/guest right here, and come on and join us. Again, if you can just kind of keep it down to 2 questions or so, and we do have to wrap in about another 10 minutes or so, 10 or 15 minutes. So. Yep. Come on if you'd like to ask us a question. Otherwise, throw your questions inside of the comments area, and we'd love to answer them for you at this time. There was somebody that asked a question about MWB. We're just in the testing phase. We've implemented everything that we wanted to do. There are some things, the connector, the way that we're importing from my form is still going through some tests. So some stuff to do there. We've just a couple of things that I'm insisting is fixed, but some people might not even notice it. But there's things that I'm just a little picky about, so we'll get those fixed for you. Again, the lifetime deal for Mass Page Tools ends. If you're tight on money, just contact me. If you've already, let's say you've upgraded to the agency. What I typically do is just rebate what you paid for that and put it into the price of the enterprise. So if you've already invested quite a bit into your previous lifetime deal, just contact me and we'll work it out. Just go to Daryl.chat and we'll work it out, or somebody on my team will talk to you about it. All right. Don't be shy. Always go to Daryl.chat and we'll work it out. All right, so go.ht/guest. Otherwise, I'm going back to my vacation.
Don't blame you.
Sounds good. I'm going back to Enterprise, building some more pages.
we got a white claw.
Oh, lovely. For those that joined us late, just to recap, Simon tonight talked about how to speed your site up, and your link again, Simon, for people who want to go and get the tools and find out more about it.
simonhogben.com slides will give you all the slides, and actually all the slides that I've always presented on here, so you can look back through the archive. And simonhogben.com/tools is the tools I recommend too.
And I assume they can go to your website as well and contact you if they've got more questions related
all in
to
there.
that.
Yeah, you can book a free initial call. You can message me, whatever. Yeah, happy to have a chat.
So awesome. Is that one of your links there? Is that good?
No, that's not the right one.
No, that's not the right one. I was trying to find the right one.
No,
we've got so many in the list now. We have to clear some of these out, I think.
Yeah.
I'll get you to add it in there so we can fire it up on the screen.
I can't promise as nice as a backdrop next time I talk to you guys.
We're happy to come over and join you, Daryl, if you want.
Yeah.
That would be nice. We'll do a team meeting out there next time. Yeah.
That would be nice. Yeah, a little retreat for the Sunday live team. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, somebody saw my 14-year-old in the window making some faces. He can't help himself. That's just what kids do. So
cool.
Yeah. So let's see. Somebody asked a question here, an actual serious question. Do you recommend subscribing at the base levels from enterprise and the publishing and just upgrade as you grow? Yes, that's what we're telling our team to do, is to go with the base package. You can't go with the base package from enterprise. It has to be a dedicated account. So it has to be dedicated entry level, which is I think $147 a month.
It's 149, Daryl.
149. Yeah. And after that, then you can do the go.ht/EA, where there's actually a button on there that says sign up for the publishing and early access. So once you do that, you'll get approved. If you come in from my link, you'll always get approved, I think. They'll get you guys set up, do the walkthrough with you one-on-one. We're going to show you all the training we've already done so you don't miss anything. And Christy is doing some help with coaching some people that's just getting started. And, the whole group is just getting started. Everybody's working together to try to find the best ways to do this. And it's going to be a lot of fun.
Good. Yeah, and it's important to say, Daryl, that people need to buy into both Menterprise content and Menterprise publishing. That it's not just the one; you have to have both, and there's a cost to both. Yeah, so it's just important people aware that they don't commit on content and then are not aware that there's also cost on that. But I guess they can speak to you if they've got any things you want to clarify.
Yeah. I mean, I would say, some people say, do I need the publishing? I'm like, well, that's the whole thing. I mean, to me, if you don't have that way to build these pages, that's the power of it. Yeah. There's a lot of content machines that have come out, but the nice thing about Menterprise content is it structures the HTML. It does the scraping. You don't need any proxies or anything like that. It just does it all in an amazing way. So it's really cool. All right, we're gonna, I think, step out. Stephen, do you have a link to your group?
Yeah, let me just get the branding. Where's my banners gone? I'll get the banners back up because I put it in here. So if you go to dfymagicthemes.com/live, that takes you straight through to the Zoom room. And I know I was just looking on the other screen. Robert's dived off to probably have a coffee, so you'll just see live for you on there for the moment. And you can just pop on in, guys. Come and say hello. It's just a general chat, really, about almost anything. Anything from SEO, maybe something we've talked about tonight that you want a bit more information. I can't answer Menterprise questions. You do need to reach out to Simon and Daryl on that, because they are the experts when it comes to Menterprise. But anything else, sort of come pop in, have a chat. We're not there to give you a one-on-one meeting personally. It's just really like-minded people popping in, saying hello, how you doing, see how sort of week you had maybe. You might have had a bad week and you just want to chat to somebody, because this life, working online, can become very lonely. And so that's why we set this group up, just to pop in and just have a general chat, really. But we're going to be going live in about 10 minutes. But you're welcome to pop into the group early and say hello to people. And and we'll go from there.
Awesome.
Sounds
awesome. This week I'm not going to join you, but next week I'll try to. Again, next week we'll have Drew from QA Grabber. If you go to kingmaker.software, you can check it all out for yourself. The coupon code is MASSPAGE, MASSPAGE, all in one word for the 30% off. He's going to answer a question, so bring your questions next week for him. He's a great software developer, and he made this tool, and it's absolutely perfect for what we do. So looking forward to bringing him on to talk about that. And and then I'll join you next week, hopefully afterwards.
Yeah, I'm going to join you next week as well. I need to catch up with my family, but I'll be in there next week, Steve. Good to do that.
And you guys are always welcome, and anyone who's watching is welcome to pop in. It's nothing serious. It's sort of a pop in, have a chat, and bring your own coffee, because I can't supply it. And it's sort of just see how people are doing. Really, it's just a nice place to meet, and that's why I call it the Life for You Cafe, where you just pop in Stay as long. I'm only staying for an hour.
Mm.
I'll stay because it gets late here, so I'll stay till 12:30 my time. And if people want to stay in a bit longer, they can.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for joining for the broadcast again. And be sure, guys, if you're liking and subscribing, you're doing the right thing. We really appreciate it. It's growing our channel quite a bit on YouTube and also Facebook. We're going to be keeping Facebook, but we're going to try to move people over to Discord for the discussions and things like that because we like how that platform works a little bit better. So, all right. Have yourself a wonderful week ahead. Bye, guys.
See you guys. Take care.